I think it's happening. I think it's hard to tell though. Give the old hand wiggle. It's definitely not live on my monitor here. Got the monitor over there. So this is an upcoming event. Whatever. I have my coffee machine, so that sucks. It's gonna be one of them days, I can just tell right now. It's just gonna be one of them days. Here, I'll wave my hands so there's something to look at. Yeah, I've been up since, just before 7, and I've been out in the front yard in my sweatpants and Crocs working in the yard because I didn't get it all done last night, and the rain was coming, so I didn't get cleaned up. Like, God. Got the yard in, seeds are in, got it raked. Was out last night at 11 o'clock at night watering. I took a 2-hour break at 8 o'clock. Well, a little over 2-hour break. I can't even explain to you. It's like, the forecast is like, yeah, it's going to rain, and it's going to have a day break, and it's going to rain again, a day break. It's like, dude, if I don't get this done, I am fucked. Like, I had no choice. I had to get that shit done. Didn't buy enough grass seed. Well, maybe. I went and bought more just because. I don't know. Whatever. It's done. All I know is I raked for like, I don't know how long, 2 hours straight. I raked so fucking much raking that my bicep surgery muscle fucking seized up on me. And for like a second, I had flashbacks of the injury because like, it like locked up. I'm like, no. And then I was like, I still gotta do it. So I'm just out there, like one arm completely fucked. This arm just like in a knot, curled up like a fucking claw, and I'm raking one handed. I was like, I only got 10 more feet. I'm about to raking one handed. Full well knowing that my other arm's a surgery arm, it could fucking crap out of me in a second. Luckily, it was just a muscle cramp, so no major. Don't look at my recycling. The rule is when the recycling reaches the top of the counter, which I still have a ½ inch, then I take it out. Yeah, it's pretty full recycling over there, kids. Pretty full. I wake up every morning, the recycling's still there. I don't know, it's weird. God, I can't even get this fucking filter out. Come on, hands, just do it. Oh, I don't even have the basket in there yet, dude. What am I doing? I know what I'm doing. I've been up way too long with no coffee. That's my problem. Like, my brain is like, what's happening? You've been up for hours and you haven't had coffee yet. I'm like, I'm malfunctioning. Malfunction. But we have a light rain coming down now, which is perfect because me standing in the dark with the garden hose for an hour straight, just doing this, doesn't really water as effectively as you may think it does. Especially when, like, I got to go, like, 40 fucking feet away and I'm not going to walk out in the mud, so, yeah. I just didn't get much, but it was a start. Basically, what I want to do is get that, because, like, it was really dry on top. I wanted to get that kind of solidified, because the old weather forecast, it's going to rain. Well, I don't know what you're going to give me. You're going to give me an inch in a ½ hour? You're going to give me, 3/4 of an inch over 4 days? Like, what are you going to do? You'll find out. Oh, God. And I could have done more work out there. I just said, fuck it, I'm done. Like, it's going to be good enough. I can fix whatever needs fixed later. I can top dress or I can fill in. Just like the transition from the old undisturbed yard to the new yard is so hard to get right because, I mean, multiple reasons, but the main reason being you're inside of a fucking skid loader trying to fucking grade it out. And, the skid loader bucket is like 6 feet wide-ish. Oops, sorry. So, like, you got to imagine that you're on a... Where's the 4? I go to the 4 line. Sorry, I'm blocking the camera with my head, I'm pretty sure, but... So you're in a machine that has 4 points of contact, and then in front of the machine, you got a 4 to 5 to, or a 6 foot blade or whatever, with no articulation. And you're trying to put in a, well, I was trying to put in a dynamic, curving, radius, parabolic. It's just like, dude, whatever. Good luck. Good luck to everybody. I mean, don't get me wrong, I did a fucking amazing job, but I didn't get it right. I didn't get it the way I wanted to get it. I should say it that way. So I'm gonna this breakfast brought to you by Proactive Intelligence Video Monitoring, Permar. Here's how it works. You go to the skip button and you hit skip. Yeah, perfect. So, whatever. We're going this one. Coffee spelled backwards is a fuck, and I don't give a fuck about anything until I've had mine. I kind of feel that way. I could use a little coffee right now. Could use a little of the old coffee bean sauce. Didn't I rinse that out? Oh, God. I didn't. Well, fuck, it's done. Good call on that. I didn't rinse the fucking pot out, did I? Oh, man. That's how my day's going, dude. I did not function well. I didn't rinse that, did I? So yeah, that's gonna be great. Thanks for pointing that out. Just a little bit of yesterday's coffee at the bottom. It's called flavor. There's nothing I can do. It's already done. It's the fucking ship has sailed, dude. Oh God. Whatever. No, I'm gonna pretend I rinsed that. I'm pretty sure I didn't. Even though I absolutely did not. I know I didn't. The reason I know I didn't is because my fucking light's in the way and it's hard to use the sink. Independent Elves is getting frustrated. Fuck. How bad could it be? I mean, coffee can't go bad. It's just water. It'll be fine, dude. It's gonna be fine. We'll put a little extra sugar in it. Yeah, no, I definitely did that, didn't I? Fucking ridiculous. Oh, man, I got some whiz-banger stories for today, though, man. Holy shit. I got some stories. I got a story that's so fucking good that I told it last night when I was running with Legion, and a person who lives one state away at the top of the state, which is South Dakota, was like, are you fucking kidding me? They heard about it. They heard this story. Dude, do I have ants in my sugar? I think I might. Fuck you, ant, go away. How much poison do I have to put out to kill ants? Put a lot out. Anyways. That's my guild master. He's like, wait, what? And I'm not gonna out who the person was because I don't think that's nice to do on the internet. It's a person I know, so let's put it that way. So now that the reason I know you didn't is because I watched you didn't. Yeah, no, I watched me didn't as well. Oh, that's a nice rotten. Oh, for fuck's sakes, dude. Seriously? Ah! Rotten potato. Hold, please. That's like fucking shit on like 2 levels because now my peeler's got rotten potato on it. And now my cutting board's got rotten potato on it. Now, I'm gonna fucking get rid of a rotten potato. Jesus Christ. And no, I'm not going to cut that potato in half and keep the good half. I'm just going to... We'll give it the old rinse. The old rotten potato rinse. Woo, there we go. Alright, so... And then we'll just... we'll use the old dirty hand towel here to get all the residual rotten potato extras off. Good sniff. Smells about as dirty as it normally smells. All right, here I'm gonna spin. Ooh. You can watch that knife until I get into the potato. Oh man, live stream, live from the studio. So yeah, this is a true story I'm gonna tell. A very true story. So I was working in my yard the other day, and the person that I know pulled up. Like I said, I'm not going to name names. And if you know who this person is, you just go ahead and keep that to yourself because this has got a rotten spot too. Nice potatoes, Aldi. Jesus fucking Christ. Is this happening? Is this happening? Oh, for fuck's sakes. No, it's not happening. Am I having hash browns today? I might not be having hash browns. Wait, how many times am I going to do this before I give up? Rinse the rotten potato flavor off the cutting board. Rinse the rotten potato flavor off the fucking peeler. Come over, get the dirty hand towel. Wipe the rotten fucking flavors off. Wipe the rotten flavor off the knife. Don't cut hand. That's good enough. Give it a smell. Oh. Yeah, no, we're gonna go. Well, I'm not sure if that side's any better, to be honest with you. Look how dirty that fucking thing is. God, dude, my life is fucked up right now. What's going on? It's just potatoes, dude. Calm down. I gotta get another one. Hold on. Hold, please. I swear to fuck God, this potato's rotten. I'm gonna fuck freak the fuck out. Ugh. And I'm back. So I was working in my yard, and this person pulls up, and I haven't seen this individual for, maybe a year or two or three. And they get out, they're just shooting the shit or whatever, and blah-bitty-blee blah, blah-bitty blah blah. And somehow, randomly, like, the topic changes to, like, getting in the newspaper or whatever. And, like, people that we know that have been in the newspaper and why they were in the newspaper. And generally speaking, when you're in the newspaper, it's because you did something cool or you got an achievement or you started something up. And this person they just happened to be a female. She said, well, I was just in the newspaper. And I was kind of like, huh. Because, like, it just seemed kind of weird, like, huh, I wonder what you're doing in the newspaper. Because, like, the other way you get the newspaper is when you get in trouble, they put your name in the newspaper, too. And I was like, well, what'd you do to get the newspaper? And she was like, oh, I went for a train ride. And I was like, what? Like, did you get arrested? And she was like, yeah, sure did. And I was like, all right, I'm listening. Tell me the story. We're gonna need coffee for this one. She was like, I was back being a drunk again because, like, apparently they were sober for a while. Anyways, went out drinking. Was down at a bar that's near the railroad tracks, and the train was stopped there. And I drove to the bar. Not me, this person had drove to the bar. Okay, this is day-old flavored coffee. Nothing but net. How bad could it be? It's going to be perfect. Oh, yeah, I can smell it. It smells really good. And this is what happened. So she was like, I shouldn't drive drunk. The train's right there parked. The train's going north. And she just happened to live a little farther north, right near the railroad tracks. So she formulated a plan in her inebriated, situation that she was going to just hop on that train and then just ride it up the road a little bit, up the tracks a little bit, until it got close to her house. When it was close to her house, she was just going to, hop off and then go home. Perfect plan. So she employed this plan. She got on the train and got on, like, and when I say train, she didn't, like, buy a ticket and get on, like, a passenger train. These are, like, coal trains or corn trains or lumber trains or oil trains or whatever. They're just cargo trains. They're not passenger trains. So she said she was sitting on, like, a 1.5 foot ledge on the back of one of the train cars. The train takes off, starts going. She was like, Jesus Christ, he was going like 70 fucking miles an hour. She was hanging on for dear life. And it's going north, right? So it's like First small town, zwing. Second small town, zwing. The town that she lives in goes by, zwing. The next town, zwing. The next town, zwing. She starts, and the train ain't stopping. Ain't fucking stopping at all for nothing. She was inebriated, so she wasn't making great decisions. So she started panicking. She's like, holy shit, I'm going to end up in Canada. The train's never going to stop. It's going to go all the way to Canada. It's going to go to the North Pole. So she calls 911 and says, hey, I'm drunk on the back of a train heading north. I can't get off. I'm scared I'm going to die. And like somehow like they dispatch got a hold of the train people, and the train people fucking got the train stopped, and the cops came out and they arrested her. And while she's sitting in my yard telling me the story, she was like, yeah, I got to go down to the court, take care of the shit. She's like, you know, they arrested me and they stuck me in jail. And like, I saw the judge the next morning and they charged her with trespassing and public intox. And she sat there right in court. She said to the judge, well, I didn't see a no trespassing sign on that fucking train. And the judge dropped the no trespassing charge. Can you believe that shit? Because it wasn't posted. No trespassing. So she still had to go to court again for the DUI, or not DUI, public intox. That's a tough one though, you know, because like, sometimes when you're drunk, you don't make great decisions, right? And driving drunk is a terrible decision. So that's a good, I mean, that's a tough one. She made a good, like, maybe not drinking would have been the best decision, but like once you've already started drinking, you got to make good decisions the best you can, and don't want to drunk drive, so good on that decision. Now, taking the train, maybe not the greatest decision, but had the train slowed down or stopped, best plan ever, right? Would have been the best plan ever. So then, like, the story's not over, by the way. So I told that part of the story, and, like, my guild master was like, dude, I heard about that show on the news clear up in fucking northern fucking South Dakota. We were just laughing. Anyways. So she was like, yeah, I got to go down and, like, deal with the shit today. Like, she's like, I hate going to court. And I was like, you go to court a lot? Or, like, what's going on? I got to rinse this off real quick. Give me 1 second. I'm thorough rinser right now after the misrinse. I was like, what's up with you in court? Like, you're a professional court goer or what? And she's like, oh, no, I've been to court before. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, why are you going to court? She's like, yeah, I got sued, like, a bunch of years ago by this kid. Like, she said, when I was a little kid, I was just, like, doing little kid things or whatever and, like, hanging outside the neighborhood, and, like, I picked up a rock or whatever and threw it at a kid. And, like, just fucking aced him right in the eyeball. Fucked his eye up or whatever. I didn't really find out, like, did she blind the kid or whatever, but, like, fucked his eye up pretty bad. Bad enough that what she told me was, like, the way it works is if you sustain allegedly, if you sustain an injury as a minor, when you become an adult at 18, you have, like, a window of opportunity to take legal action against people who did something, whatever. That's what she told me. So she said when he turned 18, he sued her for damaging his eye. Well, he was like 7-ish or 8 something, and she was like maybe 8 or 9. Like, they're both children. But, you know, in America, you can sue anybody for anything, so the guy sued her. So she had to go to court for hurting his eye as a child. And it was like, whatever, and like, so this is a true story I'm about to tell right now. She goes, yeah, the night before court, she got together with her friends, and they went out to the local baseball stadium. We have a minor league baseball team here where I live. And she's like, she was kind of like, whatever, I got court tomorrow, I don't give a shit. You know, I'm just going to get fucking hammered. So, like, they were just pounding beers. Because at this point, she's in her 20s, you know. She must have been 21 and he was 18, so 18. So she was like 3 years older than this kid when she threw the rock at it. But she was still definitely a minor child. Like, a minor child when she threw the rock. So she's at the baseball game getting hammered on beers. And, like, you know, this isn't Major League Baseball. So there's not, like, there's a little more crowd participation chances than there are at like Major League Baseball games. There's not like security or fencing or anything. So like the mascot was out that night doing mascot things, and her and her friends were all getting rowdy, drinking beers, getting hammered. So she started fucking with the mascot and like putting the mascot in headlocks or whatever, beating him up a little bit, but like getting a little out of control because she was drunk. You know, like, I mean, I don't know if you've ever been drunk before, but like sometimes when you get drunk, you do things you wouldn't normally do. So she's essentially like beating the mascot up at the baseball game, laughing with her friends, just completely fucking with this dude, you know, this mascot. And the mascot's in a full like costume, you know, like I don't know how to describe the mascot that we have, but anyways, like a big head covering, and then you have it's just like a mascot. You know what they look like. So anyways, the evening ends, next day starts, she goes to court, gets to court. They start the trial, it's a jury trial. They select the jurors. It takes she says like 4 hours or something to get the jurors. They start the trial. The guy that hurt his eye goes on the stand. They start the proceedings, and part of the thing of like getting to know, like, you know, you got to tell a sob story or whatever, like get to know the guy. And one of the questions was, what do you do for employment now that you have an injured eye? And without missing a beat, the guy says, I'm the mascot for the local baseball team. Not even fucking making this shit up. She was beating the dude up in a drunken stupor the night before. She had to go to court because she threw a rock at his eye when they were children. She didn't know that was who it was in the costume. She had no idea. But how, like, that is like an episode of Seinfeld. Like, that's a fucking true story. Threw a rock, hit an eye as a child, a bunch of years later, get hammered drunk, go to a baseball game, beat the mascot up, go to court the next day, and the mascot's the dude suing you for throwing a rock at you. And the dude probably knew it was her, right? I mean, how would he not? You could see out the mascot fucking eye holes. Yeah, that's a true story. And like I said, I'm not gonna out who it is, but like we went to high school with her. I'll just say that. Anyways, this shit is wild, dude. That is some wild shit there. Oh god, I fucking laughed so fucking hard, and just like telling me that story, like I was like, holy shit, I gotta get back to work, but like, God, your stories are great. Oh man, yeah. Just fucking beating a dude up the night before court. Oh, so the lawsuit. So like, they took all the time to get the fucking the jury selected, and then they started the trial, and then like in 45 minutes, it was like the judge was like, thrown out. This is ridiculous. You're fucking 8 years old. Like, just get the fuck out of here. Kids do kid shit. So the kid was like, fuck it, I'm gonna sue your mom. So then the kid sued this girl's mom because she should have been in charge, and they had to go through the whole fucking thing again. And the same thing happened. I mean, not the fighting at the baseball game, but the same result was like thrown out. Like, sorry, buddy, sorry about your eye. Like, $1 late, day short, whatever. Like, you should have, like, whatever. You waited 10 fucking years until you were an adult. Like, why didn't your parents do something back then? That's what they should have done. But so yeah, but like significant, like, you should have defend yourself. So it's kind of a pain in the ass, but whatever. So yeah, kind of crazy shit there. But like, oh god, I've never heard a story that fucking crazy about, like. And she told these stories like back to back, because it was like, she told the train story, which is fucking crazy. That's a crazy fucking story. And then, like, from this train story, just went into, I got to go to court. And then I was like, what's up with court? And then she just back to back that next story. I'm just like, holy fuck, man. Like, that is some golden prime fucking real estate fucking storytelling right there. I mean, that you couldn't pay a dude $1,000 to write 2 better stories than those 2. Like, and like, my old man came by to check out my yard, and I started telling him that story. He was like, "Holy shit! I heard about that on the news. The fucking train story. Like, I don't watch the news, so like I'm missing out. But I forgot to put oil on this. Fuck. Whatever. That's fucking great. That is some good shit right there. That is some good time, rock and roll, fun time stories. But could you imagine how great the story of the train would have been? It's like, yeah, I took the train home, train stopped, hopped off, went inside, cooked a fucking can of SpaghettiOs, passed out. Like that's a great story too. I mean, that story could have gone either way. Just didn't work out. I think it had something to do with the fact that like the train was going like super fucking duper fast, and like she was just barely hanging on to the side of the fucking thing. I think she thought she was gonna die. That's why she called the 911 on herself. But yeah, how about that? There's some fucking stories, kids. That's better than traffic stories. All right, what's next? Hash browns have to cook for a fucking half a fucking century. Eggs. We're cooking some eggs up. Got some of this Baking Masters English muffin bread. This makes really good toast. If you've never tried this is a 10 out of 10. Not really great for sandwiches because it's got a weird crumb. It's like English muffins on the inside. Yeah, isn't that fucking crazy, dude? That's some shit right there. Oh well. I'm not sure how stuff like that. I don't know. I feel like in life there's certain people that just like shit that you wouldn't believe happens to on a regular basis, and I don't know if it follows them just because the path in life they're taking has off branches of the path that allow these events to happen. Like, well, I can neither confirm or deny, but yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. That's why she stopped to talk to me, dude. It's like, holy shit. Yeah, that's a real story. Anywho's, he's, fuck. Yeah, it's like, I'm trying to think, like, how could I get myself a story? Like, how could I get in a position where I'm taking a train? I mean, I'm not saying I couldn't do it. Like, I could go down to the train yard, jump on a train. But, like my path in life doesn't lead me to be in those positions to, like, be near the train tracks when I'm drunk. But, like, I could definitely see myself thinking, like, hey, man, that thing's going by my house. I could just take a ride. Like, I've probably done dumber shit than that in my life. I think I've just been lucky where, like, I either rode the dumb situation out to the end and it worked out, or fucking, you know, like, whatever. Holy shit. That is some fucking next level fucking, woo! That made my day, by the way. Like, I was over the moon, pleasantly surprised with that visit. Although I probably sat and chatted way too long than I should have, because I should have been getting some shit done. But when you haven't seen somebody for a couple of years, you always want to, like, catch up, and, like, there was some other stuff that's in her life with, like, family members and people just dying, deceased. So, you know, there was that. I had to talk about that a little bit. But happens to the best of us, I guess. But, so yeah, that's a rare Elveshelves story that doesn't involve Elveshelves, but it's a great fucking little back-to-back story there. Good times. By the way, the coffee tastes amazing. It's good. I think I'm just gonna do that from now on. Just leave the old in there for the day before. Yeah. Well, so what she said is she started panicking. And she's like, she thought she was gonna go to Canada. Like, oh, this train's going straight to Canada, never stopping. And like, I think it was like kind of cold, and like it was going fast. It was like, it wasn't like she was like enjoying it. That's basically like what happened. It got to the point, I think, where like it was unbearable. Like, cause like she said she was always sitting on, like, she was, like, clinging to life on a little tiny ledge on the back of a fucking thing, you know, because, like, when you crawl on and it's parked, because it must have been, I don't know which bar she was at, but it must have been a bar near one of the switching stations where the thing is, like, she didn't jump on a moving train, it was parked. Like, in my hometown, I swear to God, because, like, when I was telling the story last night, people were like, well, how the fuck did you get on? I was like, oh, dude, you never been to my hometown. In my hometown, if you want to find a parked train, just go to any place where there's a fucking train crossing. There's going to be a fucking train just parked there for no reason. Like, I wonder where I can find a parked train. Just drive around my hometown, find any spot where a road crosses a train track, and you'll find a parked train there. They're always. To the point where I don't even consider ever, unless I'm out of my fucking mind, negotiating traffic through my town on a road that crosses a railroad track, because I know I will be stopped by a fucking train. So I distinctly know the paths through my hometown where I can either go on a bypass, over a bridge, in a thing, around a way, a zoo, a zab, a zing, a zang. I don't ever cross railroad tracks because you're gonna get fucking stuck. To the point where, like, the other day, like a dipshit, I had to go to one town south of me. I was shopping for my this is a spoiler for the channel. I got an effects pedal for my guitar. And I had to go one town away. The Drunken Mind Canada. Yeah, exactly. Straight to Canada. The North Pole. It's the Polar Express. Anyways, I had to go to the town north of me, and I didn't even think about it because, like, when you go to the town north of you, south of me, can't even speak right now. There's a railroad track involved, and I'm like, the dude that I was like chatting with about buying this pedal, he's like, yeah, no, now's good if you come now. I'm gonna go to lunch. He's gonna take his daughter to lunch or whatever. So it's like, oh, I gotta get there quick. It's almost time for lunch. Drive to that town, pull up, park train. I'm like, no. Like, I could have gone a completely different. Like, I could have gone away to that town where I go over. Actually, sorry, you go under the railroad tracks. There's a way to get to that town where you can go under the railroad tracks, get on the other side of the tracks, and then go south. And I should have gone that way because I would have had to cross tracks. So now I'm having a panic attack because the train's there, the train ain't moving. And in that town, you can either go this way or you can go that way. There's like crossings. So I went farther south all the way. That one's covered. Went to the next one. That one's covered. Went to the last one. That one was covered by like 5 cars. And then the next crossing is like, you got to go fucking like a million miles away. So I was like, screw it, I'm just going to go back to the Sam's Club. I can cross there. There's no way that fucking train is all the way back to Sam's Club. So I get back on the interstate, fucking flying back to the interstate. And at one point, there's like one crossing where I could peek it, and I look, and it's open. And I couldn't get off the interstate at that point, so I drove all the way down to Sam's Club, whip a shitty, get back on the highway, come back up the other way. By the time I got back the other way, the train had moved a little bit and blocked the other fucking crossing. Like, that train must have been there for fucking 4 hours, for all I know. Let's check our hash brown situation. I feel like I should... Oh, I didn't use the perforated. This is going to be a fucking... Fuck it. That's going to be stuck to that I grabbed the wrong parchment. Okay. So that's fun. Good times. Somebody else rode by the other day that I haven't talked to for a while. Just shouted out their fucking windows like, hey! Don't you get Saturdays off? It was last night. I'm like, dude, I fucking wish Saturdays off. Jesus Christ. It was like 8 o'clock at night. I'm out in my front yard just raking the fucking grass, eating like a fucking unhinged maniac. Because I had something to do at 7. My comp group, you know, my sweaty fucking comp group where like people have positions and you are expected and encouraged to do your position. So to clarify this, the comp group, obviously, they're always trying to get new people in because people move on, things happen. So like the dynamic changes. So they're always recruiting. So you've got the core leadership, but you got the guild master who runs the guild like a fucking, it's a dictatorship. Like he is in charge. Whatever he says goes, doesn't matter. And that's fine. It's kind of funny actually. Then under him, he has his lieutenants, or he calls them field marshals. There's a few of them. I'm not going to name names. They know who they are. If they're watching this, you know who you are. These guys, super good at the game, super good at leading. You know, like they can take the reins. They can lead 2 12-man groups in 2 locations. They're capable of doing that shit. Then underneath that, they've got another layer of people that are just fucking I would say sweaty. Like, good fucking players. People that can handle their shit. That if they have to, they can be put in charge. And I'm one of them. I'm in that group. Even though they kind of try to say there's new people in that group and old people in that group. Fuck them. I'm in that group. That's me. And then there's like the new recruits and the regular people who are just like probably wouldn't be super great at leading. You know, probably could, but maybe wouldn't be great at it. Get a text message. How's this gonna work? I can't check my text messages while I'm screaming. Sorry. And then there's like recruits. And the recruits you never know. They don't know what the fuck they're doing sometimes. And as a, I'm not a field general, but I'm a. They call it Cryptea, which is like one below the people in charge. But like I often lead group in the beginning, and then as soon as someone higher ranking than me shows up, then they take over because I don't want to lead that shit. I mean, I can, but there's something magical about leading a group of fucking 12 people or more in a situation where like the shit you says determines how it works out. It's like, holy fuck. Anyways, so I'm in my yard raking. I'm an hour late. I'm like, my buddy is what a kid went to high school and college with. He's like laughing at me. I was like, dude, I got someplace to be. I'm supposed to be fucking in PvP land right now with my sweaty fucking comp group. I guarantee they're all saying, where the fuck is Elveshelves? So I rake till a little bit past like 8, and I go in late, and I log in, and they're like, where the fuck were you? We're worried. I was like, I bet you guys are probably laying dead on the floor. Like, holy shit. Yeah, it's a fun group, man. There's one guy in that group, like I didn't realize this till just recently. His name's Facehead McGee. He's got a YouTube channel. He just started a YouTube channel. This dude, and I am not even making this shit up. I know people talk a lot of shit about the people they know that play games or whatever. This dude has got to be one of the sweatiest motherfuckers I've ever met in my fucking life. But he mainly plays PC, and he plays person versus environment trials. But he runs with a group that runs trials, and they're the ones that do like, you know, they set records, they set fucking first runs when shit's brand new, like the sweaty. I'm talking like they're like the most sweaty of all the sweats. And he's their healer, dude. This guy's fucking tits. I love playing with him. Facehead, if you watch this, dude, you need to play with us more often. He's always busy, so he doesn't run in our group as much as he should. He should be running with us all the time. I'm just letting you know that. But yeah, check out his YouTube, Facehead McGee. He's just getting going. His YouTube videos are fucking great because he's doing these builds and how to. But like, he did one. He went through the fucking. Dude, I don't even know how the fuck people do this shit. He found data statistics on ESO that I didn't even know existed, and he starts breaking down how to figure out what people are running based on how good they're playing, because like it's all charted, so I don't even know like through the analysis or the analytics. And he's like, he broke down how you could figure out like the top, like say the top 3 healers in all of ESO, the top 3, based on how good they do, how much they die, all that. So it's like, and you can go through and you can see what skills are up, and he was breaking down like how to figure out what people are. Dude, I watched that video and I was like, dude, I just took a master class in fucking ESO. I swear to God, I felt like that. Let me check these hash browns. Oh, they're getting kind of frizzle-frazzly there. We're gonna let those calm for a second. And then I talked to him, and he was like, dude, I put a lot of effort in that video, and like nobody's watching it. I was like, dude, it's like PhD level shit, dude. Like, people want to watch how to make my character fucking awesome, and they want like 4 easy steps, dude. But like, I watched that video, I was like, dude, I didn't know any of this shit. I was learning all sorts of crazy shit that I didn't even know about. It's like that. The problem is like it's too much crazy information. I mean, it's not a problem, but like for the average Joe, their brain can't even fucking wrap their little brain around like what they're. Yeah, he's a good fucking healer. I'm trying to convince him to be my pocket healer. Yeah, he's solid. That dude is a solid player, no doubt. But he's always like, gotta go, and it's like, no. Kind of bums me. Sweaty. The sweaty of the sweats. I was just like, he had mentioned like they do Discord, we do Discord chat when we game because the fucking in-game chat is fucking trash. So I set up a Discord, but I don't check it enough. Then like one day he like put a note up and then he mentioned, he's like, hey guys, I'm starting my fucking. He's like, I'm gonna do it. I said, fuck it. I'm doing my YouTube channel. I mean, all these years of playing this game, he's like, I'm just gonna start sharing my knowledge. And I was like, oh, I'll check it out. And I mentioned, hey, it's like, hey, I've got a YouTube channel too. I'm a YouTuber. And then I found his channel, left a comment, and like the next time he came in, he's like, dude, you're a YouTuber. I was like, fuck yeah. So like we talked YouTube. Like my comment was like, I was like, dude, I had no idea you were that sweaty. I just thought you were just some dude on a healer. Like I had no fucking clue. Okay, I could try to describe what it would be like. It'd be like, I don't know. Like if you're like in a music situation, say you got together with a bunch of random people on a regular basis to play some music together, and like you never got to see their faces. And then like one day you found out like one of the dudes was like John Mayer or fucking some just crazy guitar player, you know, just like, oh, I didn't know. Like, I had no idea. And then like, I kind of mentioned to the group one night when we were playing, I was like, dude, I didn't know Facehead was that fucking sweaty. They're like, oh yeah, dude, that dude fucking is a serious video game player. And I was like, holy fuck, like, am I in the presence of greatness? Like, what's happening right now? That's fun. So yeah, when I'm running with that dude, if he happens to like, for reasons unknown, run out of health points and is temporarily rendered deceased, I am instantly picking that dude up because he's got to be alive. I am his pocket reser, guaranteed. My guild master does not stay dead, and my fucking pocket healer does not stay dead. I get those guys up instantly. That's the world's greatest fucking ESO Cyrodiil reser, Elveshelves. That's my job. Someone tried to shit talk me in fucking in zone chat the other day because there was like a weird conversation going on. And I chimed in a little bit just to be funny. So I can't remember what they wrote. Like, it wasn't like super bad. It was just like, "What are your guildies saying something bad about you?" I was like, "Oh, don't be jealous, dude. Everybody loves Elveshelves." And then like in the comment section, the arrows, because like that's how you do it in comments. That the arrow refers to the thing. It's just like arrow, 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 arrow. All these people. It's like I'm just picking all these dead bodies up. Yeah, it's fucking great. It's good times. It's a fun game. If you don't play ESO, I would highly encourage you to play ESO. Unfortunately, you're going to have to get your character leveled up. But toast some frozen bread. Apparently this was in the freezer too long. I mean, you can't really just jump into PvP. You have to have a leveled character. But, yep. I've never in my life ever played a game as fun as that game. PvP in Cyrodiil is fucking the best shit ever. Dude, we were fucking people up last night. It was so great. We got bombed out though, like hardcore. Our whole group got wiped like twice. Insta wiped on a bomb. We had a rando with us with fucking no health. He had no health, and he kept getting. So the way it works is like you can build a character called a bomber, and you can add attributes to it where like when you kill something, it causes something else to happen. It chain reacts and then it grows. Like the more people you kill, the stronger it becomes. It's actually a tactic that people use. Like they'll get on the wrong color team and they'll follow a group around and like be bomb bait. Anyways, we pick up randoms, like people looking for group, because I mean that's how they found me. I was playing by myself because my main group was over in like level 50 land. They do it once a year called New Year, New You, which is fine, but I don't do that shit. So I was playing by myself and they saw me and they're like, would you like to join a group? And I was like, damn, did I lose my stream? Am I still good? I got a spinning wheel of doom over here. I was like, damn, Legion's asking me if I want to join the group. I was like, fuck yeah. I was all nervous and shit because I'd heard of them. I was like, dude, this sweaty fucking guild. And then they gave me a guild invite. I was like, yeah, I'll fucking play with you guys. Anywhoosies. So they pick up randoms, and this guy was killing the fuck out of us. They sent him a message. They were like, yeah, you're going to need more health, man. But we just like, there was one. We just took a castle. We're putting the outer doors up. I think it was blues. A ball group of blues was forming on the outside to make a bum rush in before the door shut. Because when you're working on the door, you can kind of see around the corner. So like someone called out, ball group, right side. We formed. I popped my barrier, which is like a protective shield, but I wear a special armor that gives everybody that gets healed by me, makes them stronger. They hit harder. They get resource regeneration for like 5 seconds, which is just better. So I popped my barrier, and then we just fucking full aggression. Oops. Drum roll. Full aggression, 100% aggression. Just mowed through this fucking crowd of people like it was like wheat, and we were a scythe. Just wah. That was fucking fantastic. That was fan-fucking-tastic. Definitely more fun than getting murdered on the bomb, but you know, what are you gonna do in life? Sometimes in life you get bombed, and there's not really anything you can do. Like, it's not like, oh, you should have blocked harder. Like, no. Like, if you get bombed, you're bombed, dude. Like, if you got really good heals, sometimes you can survive through it, depending. But once one person goes, it just cascades. I'll do some cheese, I think. That's not a good idea. I don't know what's going on with my stream. I got a spinning wheel of doom going here. I feel like I'm still going. We got an Earl Bake ad going. Cook another egg. Sorry, I'm just like overly concentrating. My pan is smoking. Let's see if we can sort this hash burns out. Yeah, those are. That is not. I didn't do that right. I should have used the other one. God damn it. One part fail there. Let's put the cheese underneath. No, let's put the cheese on top. I think this is going to be hot enough to cook an egg on. So it's smoking. Oh, don't. Yeah, there we go. Check out that strong egg. Get back there. All right, let's see if we can unhammer the hammer-ons. Yeah, that's a fucking disaster. Why did that fuck up so bad? I don't know how this is going to work. This may be requiring another plate. I just realized that. We need an extraction plate. I mean, parchment can't be bad to eat. Yeah, that is not going well. Why are these so stuck today? Just from the lack of holes? God damn it. Gotcha. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm streaming this. Tune in live as Elveshelves struggles to fucking cook hash browns. Oh, it's a fucking nightmare. I'm gonna be eating like... I'm gonna be chewing them off the fucking... Oh, I fucked this up. Why are they so sticking? Did I cook the rotten potatoes? Did rotten potatoes stick better? More? I mean, I'm probably going to eat those off screen. I'll save those for later. Okay. Well, let's put a little flavor on that. This, yeah, the fucking hash browns are fuck. I know I should have used the fucking perforated one. What am I doing, dude? It's because I've been up so long, dude. Like, I can't do it. I can't get up. Like I have to do my routine, man. Like, I went to bed last night. The rain was like, oh, it's going to rain at noon. So I was like, okay. I knew last night when I quit that, like, I hadn't cleaned up. Like, it was just a nightmare down there in the street. And I don't do that. Like, every night I clean up because I don't want to be that guy. Like, oh, the fucking dude's making a mess over there. But, like, I just fucking... Like, I needed to eat. My fucking back was screaming in pain. My arm had just locked up. I was just kind of done. I was like, I gotta be done, dude. I can't do this anymore. I have to be done. Or at least take a break. So I went inside, ate real quick, and then logged in and played some video games, and then went back out. So then I wake up this morning. Because like when I'm like, I mean, it's not like life or death or anything, but like putting the yard in, it can go bad. Like you can have a bad experience. Like you can get big rains. Like on a flat yard, it's bad, but like I have been blessed with a very dynamic, steep yard. So like if I get big rains before my grass germinates, we're talking like nightmare fuel, dude. We're talking like mud in the street, fucking disaster zone, reseed, regrade, all sorts of bad shit can happen. So like the next like 7 days or whatever are going to be kind of pivotal in my life. Because if I get big washouts, I got to fix shit, reseed, fucking, you know, the whole thing changes. Well, when you do the seed bed, I do a lot of back dragging to break the dirt up into fine powders. Like the top surface is like a fine dust, top half inch. And then you seed it, then you come back and you rake it all in. So like, I did that. So I got my dirt's packed in good. So, I mean, I got refilled with clay. Then I top dressed it with good black dirt. And then I back drug it, leveled it all the way I want it leveled, smoothed it out. Got the seed in there, but then like, it's powder. So if I get a big rain, it's just going to wash it all away. So it's like, that's why I was out there last night for like in the dark, just watering my powder down because I knew rain was coming. You never know how much rain you're going to get. I think we just got the perfect amount. Like it rained enough that I think it just saturated. So like, so far things are going well in the rain department. Whatever. Good times. The whole point of me mumbling all that shit is because, so I wake up at like 5 a.m. At least 5 a.m. Maybe once before, and I check the weather, you know, because like, I just wake up, oh, check the weather. Okay, the weather's still good, I still got time. Go back to sleep, wake up like an hour or two later, check the weather. And all of a sudden there's a chance of rain coming, and like I look at the radar and like, I don't know what it is about radar. Like, change the colors. So, like, it looks like the end of the world's coming. Because it makes more dramatic, advertising. I have no idea. So I'm looking at the radar. It looks like a big black or big red doom's coming. I'm like, holy shit. Like, I haven't cleaned this driveway up. It's still full of dirt. So, like, I get up at 7 a.m., like, just straight out of bed. Just, like, put my glasses on, throw Crocs on. I'm out in there sweeping like I'm not going to run a fucking leaf blower on the Sunday at 7 a.m. Like, I'm not going to do that shit because I'm not that guy. I know there's a lot of people like that would, but I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to be the guy in the neighborhood who's like, well, I got to do shit. Because it's for me, I'm important. I'm like, no, I'm just going to go with a broom. I'm just down there with a broom in the dirt off the driveway. Because like, if I was in bed at 7 a.m. on a Sunday and I heard a leaf blower, I'd be like, well, who in the fuck is doing a leaf blower at 7 a.m.? And the answer to that's never going to be Elveshelves. Like, I should have worked on Mother's Day. But I was like, nah, it's Mother's Day. People are probably hanging out with their mom. What do you want to listen to on Mother's Day? Your neighbor running a skid loader in the front yard on a Sunday, on Mother's Day? It's like, hey, Mom, come over for a brunch. Oh, what's that sound? Oh, it's my fucking lunatic neighbor running a skid loader. No, didn't do that. Even though I talked about doing it, and I thought about it better. Whatever. We're definitely going to eat those. Is there any paper on that? Nope. That one's still good. I just realized I didn't even put salt and pepper on those hash browns. Maybe I should have oiled the bottom sides. Yeah, this is going to be fine. This is fine. This is fine. There's nothing wrong here. That's normal. I'm trying to think what else is going on in the fucking you gotta be kidding me world of my life. So, I mean, I guess I can let the cat out of the bag on my... Hey, Elves, I found a golf ball when mowing the lawn. Hey, well, congratulations. Was it a good one? Was it a Titleist? So I haven't updated my Harley Benton guitars yet because one of my guitars came with a cracked knob, a broken knob. Not the end of the world, but had to be. You don't know the brand? Okay. Well, sometimes I write the brand on the side. You can just read it sometimes. Got Stridex, Titleist, Dunlap. You're taking it back to the golf course? Well, so here's the thing with golf balls. The way it works is finders keepers, losers weepers. That's how golf balls work. If you are so unfortunate to have misstruck your golf ball and you lose it, and it goes doubly if it leaves the golf course. If you hit your golf ball off the golf course, that is no longer your golf ball. Unless you just hit it and you're walking to where you hit it to, then you have to have the conversation with the person whose yard you're standing in trying to get your golf ball back. So that's a thing. I built a house on a golf course once. And a dude hit a shot so shitty. I don't even know how he did it. When I say shitty, it was almost impressive how bad of a shot it was because he hit it, it left the golf course, went across the road, and hit the truck I was eating lunch in. And then that guy had the balls to walk over and ask where his ball went. And I said, normally I'd be mad, but that was such a bad shot, I'm almost impressed because, like, it wasn't even the opposite. It was like, it wasn't quite like the ball went backwards, but it went, like, almost backwards. Like, it went, like, completely left. Like, it was like, holy shit, dude, how do you do it? Like, if I'd been sitting on that tee box and I'd positioned myself exactly perfect to try to hit the truck, it'd have been a hard shot. And this guy managed to do it. Very impressive. But, yeah, I was talking about something and then I got confused. I got distracted by the parchment. Yeah, that's not happening. Yeah, we're just going to let that one go. We're not going to eat that. What the hell was I talking about? Yeah, I don't know. Lost my... Oh, my guitar. So, I got a... The guitar came with a broken knob. When I say broken, it's got 2 hairline cracks in it. The knob still functions right. It's just, it's broken. It didn't look like shipping damage. So I've been like in communication with the guitar company, trying to sort that little riddle out, like how we're gonna fix that thing or amend that thing. And if you've ever met me, I'm not a big fan at all of paying full price for anything. I don't like to do that. And one of the things I detest the most is paying full price for something that has to be repaired. That is about the most fucking worst thing I can think of. I'm doing good. Kind of sleepy, but coming around. So I've been like talking with him, like, hey, we probably need to do a price adjustment since this is going to get repaired because sending it back and getting a new one that's not broken seems a little insane. And they agreed. Their solution was they fired back right away. Oh, we'll send you a knob. Don't worry about it. And I was like, I kind of agree. Like a knob would probably be the easiest solution for this particular type of damage. But like we're going to adjust the price because I'm not paying full price for a fucking guitar. And then you're going to send me a knob and I have to fix it myself. So then like, it's fucking crazy. They sell like 2 versions of every guitar. They got regular, if they have them in stock. They got regular price guitar, then they have what they call B stock. And B stock's a guitar that's been shipped out and returned for whatever reason. Allegedly, they look at it, make sure it's still playable or whatever, and then I'm pretty sure they sent me a B stock guitar on my yellow one. That's another story. Anyways, the dude was like, because they were emailing, because it's Germany, I'm not going to call Germany. He's like, oh yeah, unfortunately, since we're sending you the part to repair your guitar, we can't reduce the price. And I was like, that doesn't even make fucking sense. Like, you're acknowledging the product is damaged. You're acknowledging this by sending me a part to fix it. You're asking me to fix it. But then you're saying to me, because we're sending you the part for you to fix, we can't lower the price. And the guy's like, yes. And I was like, well, Jesus fucking Christ. If you're going to send me the part to fix the thing, at least send me the tool, the proper tool to take the knob off. And you might say to yourself, Jesus, Elves, just pull the knob off. Fine. I'm sure you can just pull the knob off. Or take a screwdriver and pry it off. Fine. But for my position, if you're going to ask me to do the work, and if there is a tool that does the work, and you want me to do the work, and you don't want to pay me to do the work, the very least you can do is send me a fucking tool to do the work properly. So in the world of guitars and knobs, there's kind of 2 styles of knob pullers. Maybe 3 technically. One's like a thing that you kind of wedge underneath there and you pry it like a fucking paint can. Not a great idea, especially if you don't want to fuck your finish up. The other one is like a 2-part. It's a ring with a U shape. You slide the ring up. You drop the thing down, and then when you pull the ring down, it clamps around, and then you like pop it off. Pretty standard, not very expensive. And then there's a 3rd type. It's a puller. It's a knob puller / bushing puller. It consists of an acrylic cylinder with a rubber ring at the bottom, a metal bracket that allows you to slide underneath something, like the knob, a threaded rod that goes up to a platform, and then another set of like wing nuts. So basically the acrylic cylinder sits on the guitar, the threaded rod goes down, the bracket goes under the knob, and then you tighten the thread, it pulls the thread up, and it extracts the knob. Use a piece of cloth. Yeah, exactly. That's what I would do, except for the fact that this multinational corporation, who is insisting they're not going to give me a discount at all, and trying to fuck me over and make me work for free for them to fix the shit that they sent me, like, I'm not having it. So I'm like, dude, you got to send me this tool too. And they're like, okay, we can do that. We can definitely send you the tool, and we can definitely send you the knob, but we definitely can't give you a price adjustment. And I'm like, you motherfuckers. Well, here's the best part of the story. I was asking for the B stock price. Well, on this guitar, B stock price is $10 difference. I initially was asking them for a $10 discount without even knowing it. I wanted a knob and a $10 discount. And when they wouldn't give me a $10 discount and a knob, I demanded they send me the tool as well. Well, the tool they happen to sell it very affordably there with there's no margin for profit. So it's like a $22 tool. You know, everybody else, they want between 40 and 80 bucks for this tool. And they're like, yeah, we can send you that. So like, I wanted $10 discount, so I got a 20 something dollar tool. Fine. They agreed in an email. I emailed them back. I was like, fine, I can live with that, but I just want to say once again, I think it's absolute horseshit that you ship me an item that was not damaged in shipping. It had to have been damaged when it shipped out, so you missed it. Or you did it on purpose, I don't know which. And then you want me to work on this guitar to fix it into a condition how it should have arrived, and you don't want to give me apparently a $10 discount. I just want to make it extraordinarily clear that's how I feel. Well, they respond to, well, we've decided to make it so you don't have to work on your own guitar, because for some reason the impression that I sent them was that I was not wanting to work on the guitar. I don't know how. I literally don't know why they thought that, because we correspond like it's a pretty easy fix. I think I can handle it. Although I haven't done a bunch of guitar work, which is true. I think I can handle it. They agreed, but then also they're like, no, we want you to take it to your local guitar shop and have a dude professionally look at it. We want you to take your guitar, travel with your guitar, take it into a store, hand it to another person, and have them give you a quote to repair the knob. And then we want you to get back in your car, drive home with your guitar, type an email with the paper copied quote for fixing the guitar, and email it to us with the labor cost and the part of the cost of the knob. And then we will assess whether we think that's appropriate. And I wrote back, you're out of your fucking mind. Just send me the knob and the fucking thing, and I'm just going to be pissed, and I'm going to make a video about it. Maybe I can make $10 on a video, and it'll all work out. Anyways, they responded with, we want your guitar to be fixed perfect, so we're going to have you get that quote. Have them look at the guitar, maybe you need a new potentiometer or whatever. Just like get the quote and let us know. And I'm like, this is fucking crazy, dude. This is absolutely fucking crazy. What would the cost on a fucking knob replacement be? There you go. I mean, I have no idea. I mean, I suppose I could have got all crazy with the dude, like write me up a fake quote or something. I'm just like, dude, this is fucking nuts. Next thing is, what's the replacement knob going to look like? Are they going to be like, is my local guitar shop going to have the same knob as the one that's on my guitar, the other three? Like, I don't think so. So I wrote him back. I just said I don't have a local guitar shop repairman. Sorry, my nose is running because I'm on the internet. I just said, please send the fucking tool so I can move on from this fucking shit show known as dealing with you. Didn't hear anything back for like a day or two, and then finally got an email. It's like, okay, we're gonna ship it to you. But what's fun is like every email exchange is like you email and then you wait a day and then they respond, and then the email shows up at like 4 a.m. So this has been like weeks and weeks of fucking corresponding. It's just like, dude, what the fuck? So when you buy a guitar from them, they charge you $85 or whatever for shipping. And that shit comes in like over 3 days in less than 48 hours in 3 days, Well, when they send you a broken guitar and they decide to have you be their fucking repair tech and fix their guitar for them, and they send you the tools and the part to do it, they don't give you 2-day shipping. So like this thing's on like a fucking boat or some shit floating across the ocean, I guess. I have no fucking idea. I don't know if it'll ever get here. Kind of bumming me out. But that's to be expected on those kind of guitars, In the scheme of things, I probably got away pretty good based on what could have happened as far as like disaster shit on those guitars. The SG's got its own, not the SG, the SC Special, the Dirty Mustard's got its own problem. And I'm kind of bummed. I thought about calling him and talking to him about it, but like, so what I got going on is if I straighten the neck out perfectly flat, the second string down buzzes on an open play if you hit it hard. It buzzes at the first fret. which that is indicative. Yeah, that's rock and roll, exactly. So a fret buzz on an open string at the first fret is indicative of an incorrect string height at the nut. So first thing I did is I did a truss rod adjustment, put a little relief in the neck, and I was able to get the buzz to go away. Not a big deal, a little bit of relief. It's acceptable. Although that guitar is harder to play, I think the action's higher. But anyways, so the other day I was like, I'm gonna try to work on this a little more. So like I actually undid the string and looked at the nut, and the nut does have like a weird. It's like they filed it. I'm gonna do a proper demonstration here. All right, here's my nut. Right, here's my neck. Here's my tuners. So it's not this string; it's the next string down. When they filed it, it looks like they filed it like that a little too much. And the original height was good, but when they tensioned the string, it must have been too thin, and it kind of, so like there's a little bit of the nut kind of pressed out a little bit. Like you could feel it with your fingernail. It's like kind of, it's squished out. Well, you're dealing with thousandths of an inch there, and that's the difference. So I got a low groove in my nut. So I took a piece of aluminum foil, because that's the oldest trick in the book. Is the original trick is you take your Wrigley spearmint gum foil and you fold that up, you put it underneath your string. Put that in there, and I was able to take some of the relief out and get it so it's less relief on the neck. But eventually I'm going to try to fix that either by filling. I'm either going to fill the nut or I'm going to replace the nut. One of the two. Obviously I'll fill it first to see if I can make the repair that way. And try to get the action down a little bit. So like that's kind of bumming me out a little bit. I mean, is at the end of the world. Like a nut is like $13. And the ability to file the nut down correctly and get it installed. So it's like, man, like, would it have been cooler if I didn't have that problem? Yes, much cooler. Could the problem be worse? Yes. I could have all sorts of fucked up problems with that thing. You know, like a bad nut on one string, considering the price point, I'm okay with it. I'd prefer if it wasn't that way, but whatever. And like I said, you got to whack that string, which is probably just me being insane, right? Like, you don't normally fucking thumb the fucking boing, 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 but the reality is, because that one vibrates, or it buzzes at a lower, it buzzes before the other ones do, that means I can't lower my action any lower because it'll just get worse, so we'll figure it out. Whatever. First world problems. Let's turn this around. By the way, hey! Look at my cabinets. Bunch of weirdos. Oh, that's broken something. Stay tuned, because the Elveshelves channel has some exciting things coming. Especially in the world of guitars. Because like anything else in my life, I sometimes get obsessive about things, and I'm currently obsessive about guitars. I've gone down the rabbit hole. So we're going to have a little bit of a guitar items series coming soon. It'll be a multi-part series. So stay tuned for that. Very exciting times. Fun things to show, and fun things to fiddle around with, and fun things to use to fiddle around with. All sorts of fun things are coming. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be amazing. Wait for that stupid part to show up. That's one of the fun things. And then I'm going to do a couple more guitar, just like talk to my buddy who actually owns a actual Gibson Les Paul TV Yellow. Yeah, the Fun Fiddler series. I can call it that. So yeah, my buddy, he owns a real Gibson Les Paul TV Yellow. It's what my guitar is cloned of. What am I doing later? I think I'm going to go over to my folks' house and fix a computer is what I'm doing later. Anywho's, so he's got the real deal. Now, it's not a 1950, it ain't worth 20 grand, but it's not an Epiphone. He's got a Les Paul. But I think if I remember right, there's something wrong with it. Like, I think it's got a fret buzz. Because, like, I've played it, and he was always kind of bitching about it. He's like, this thing. It's like, whatever. So maybe I can help him fix his guitar, or maybe I can practice on his fucking guitar and fuck it up and then fix my guitar. Just kidding. I wouldn't do that. So anywho's, I may try to do a video with that, because he offered. He's like, dude, I should bring my guitar over and you should do a video comparing the two. And then I saw him the other day and I talked to him in person. I was like, dude, do you want to do this? Like, do you want to come down and be in the video? And this is what he actually said. He's like, actually, I don't know, because I started thinking about, what if I bring my guitar down and it's not that much better than your fucking $215 guitar? And I was like, that's a real problem. Like, that could be a real thing. I mean, it's obviously nicer, but like, I think he tried to say he had P100s in his. I don't know if that's true or not. I mean, I'm not an expert in anything. I play one on the internet sometimes, but whatever. So that could be cool to fuck around with. Just a basic side-by-side, maybe. I mean, I am doing the Saturday song day. I've been doing that with my buddy, Stony Baloney. We've been doing that for a while. Like, because he's way into guitars. Like, we started playing at the same time. He's surpassed me years ago as far as ability. He's a very good guitar player. But when I got my Ibanez, you know, I was excited. So I was like, hey, dude, check it out. I got a guitar. So, like, every Saturday for, like, weeks now, fuck, like a month or two now, like, what did he'll dude, he can play a song, sing it. Like, he rips fucking Grateful Dead songs and shit. So he'll send me a video, and I'll be like, I wish I could play that good. Then I'll fucking send one of my stupid little riffs back. Like, woo, Saturday. So we've been doing that for a while. And the other day, I was like, fuck it, dude. I should just put these up. Like, if I get better, it's going to show me getting better. I can't get worse. Like, there's no fucking way I could get worse at guitar. I'm just going to get better. So, like, I thought that could be fun. Because, like, the whole point of my channel is just me. This channel is me doing what I do. Like, if I pick up, like quilting... If I start quilting quilts, you're going to see quilting videos. If I start doing fucking needlework, you're going to see needlework videos. That's just how it works. I mean, this channel is just me doing my life and what I'm doing right now. I've fallen down the guitar rabbit hole and I'm doing guitar shit. And if you subscribe, you're like, dude, guitar channel, yeah. Well, it may not be a guitar channel forever. It may not be. I might find something more fun to do later. Like, I kind of do that in my life. I decided a long time ago. Doing one thing your whole entire life. Variety being the spice of life. But I'm having a blast playing guitar. Those fucking lessons, man, I'm telling you what. That's the thing I've been missing, is the lessons. Because I've just been playing by, like... I play the chords that I know, and I just shift them around, and I use my ears, like, oh, that sounds good. Well, this one sounds good with that one. Well, part of what the guitar lessons are teaching me is, like, it's an actual lesson. So it's teaching, this is kind of crazy, I'm learning how to read sheet music, right? Not just tablatures. I can read tabs, and I can kind of play by sight on tabs, too, to a limited degree. But usually with tablature, you got your tablature, which is like a bird's eye view of your neck with your frets and your strings. And then there's, like, notes, sheet music above. Well, they're designed to be used in combination because the sheet music above explains to you how to strum, the order in which to strum, where your pauses are, where your palm muting, or all that's, everything you need to know is in the sheet music, but it's not like you have to understand the symbols. And I didn't know what those fucking symbols were, so like I'm learning that. That's cool. The other thing that's very interesting is I'm learning how the chords work in relationship to the bass chords. So like sus, 3, 2s, or whatever, like with like finger positionings, how you move one finger in one direction off the bass root. I didn't know any of that shit. So like for me, I've probably got twice as many chords that I never even knew existed that I know now. Like just like, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that was a chord. Like, oh, right there, one of those? Okay. That's pretty fun. The other thing that's just like blowing my mind is the pentamic scales, which, you know, there's one for each bass note, I guess you'd call it. I don't fucking know. But, like, apparently that's how you write music, is you start with a scale and you fucking play shit off that scale, I guess. Like, I didn't know that. So I'm sure all my little riffs that I'm making aren't even probably making any sense as far as not fret, but like chord style, because I'm just like throwing whatever the fuck sounds good, which may not sound good, like, technically. So whatever, that's fun. I mean, the lessons were pretty fucking terrible at first. Let's see. Does your pedal board have a looper? Yes, it has a fucking looper in it, dude. It's got a looper. It's crazy. It's got looper, and I can reverse the loop. I can play oh, dude. I'm telling you, Son of Harold, like, you gotta stop by and check this fucking pedal out. It is a mind fuck. It's over 100 effects pedals. And I can do 4 at one time. But there are 12 up to bat at one time. So the columns, you got options, but you can play 4 all on top of each other. So you can do a reverb, a distortion, an echo, or whatever the fuck you want. Or 2 distortions, get super fucking bonky. So like, if you look at the pedal, all those buttons, that's called a scene. It's a 12 button layout. Well, there's like 12 scenes that you can pre-program. And then you could have those 12 go in one folder. You could have 4 folders. So that's 12, 12, 12, and 12. And each one of those 12 has 12 buttons. It's fucking... I can make a page of nothing but distortion pedals. 12 distortion pedals on one thing. And you could tweak it. You have the same distortion pedal, just with more gain or less gain right next to it. Like, just more gain. I wish I had less gain right now. Whoop, there's the one with less gain. That's absolute possible, because it's like, you can have the 12 page, and then there's 12 of those 12, then there's 4 of each. It's fucking crazy, dude. It comes with presets from the factory that you can, like, you hit the scene selector, and like they got names, and you just like, you click on the name, then like the board's set up with like 12. It's just like, dude, I was playing with that the other day. It's like, the sounds are like, it's insane, dude. Like the fucking frequency fucking phaser, like, dude, it's like spaceship sounds. Like, it's so wild, dude. It's so crazy. It is the craziest shit ever. But yeah, it's got a looper, and the looper's pretty straightforward too. Just like, boop, start, stop. Play, like, you can do it so you hit the button, it'll just play your loop one time. So like, if you want, like, you want to do like, you make a solo or whatever you want to do, and you record that, and you want to just drop it in as you're playing, you could be like, boop, it'll play it once. Yeah, the looper's legit. Like, it's fucking, the thing is crazy. And it's got the, so like on a standard stomp box or a pedal, you got little knobs you can adjust your shit with. Well, it's got knobs, like, you can adjust all that. So like, if you bring up the screamer box, like a form of distortion, you can adjust. They got 5 knobs to adjust, and like, when you spin the knob, it shows you where it's going. And the way it works is, I mean, technically you can leave it so it'll save whatever you set. So you turn the knob, it'll save it. If you go to another pedal, if you go back to that pedal, it'll be saved there. So say like you go to a 12 o'clock position, you adjust your distortion. Then on that same column, you want to put a reverb, and you go to the reverb and you adjust that to like maybe a 3 o'clock position. So now your knob's at 3 o'clock. When you go back to your distortion, it's going to be set in the brain at 12, but your knob's at 3. And if you want to adjust it, when you touch that knob and you start to turn it, it's going to like, they sync up. Like, it's weird. Like, if it needs to go faster, it'll like sync faster. Then once I get to 12, it catches up, and then you're back to true. It's really fucking interesting how it works like that. That's some bad knobs. I bought some new knobs and put it on there. And the knobs I got don't have indicators, because like, you don't even need an indicator, dude. Like, I just wanted small little knobs. I was having a hard time finding. These are little tiny knobs. So, yeah. And then like, every pedal bank has the opportunity to be any of the pedals. Like, you click, one of the knobs is a clicky. Every time you click it, it goes to a different style of effect. And then inside that, you spin that thing, and it goes to each one. And then inside that, it's fucking... So, what's really cool about it is it feels really analog. Because you have physical knobs, and you have physical clicky buttons. And you have the physical layout of options sitting there ready to go. As opposed to that PR55 that I've got. It's a digital effects pedal, which is cool. And that thing makes crazy sounds, but like, the interface on it is limited to, you have to go through in chronological order. So if I am playing effect 1 and I want effect 30, I got to click that fucking button 30 goddamn times. Boop, 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 and eventually get to it. And once I'm there, I can tweak that thing, I can customize it, and it's cool. It's just that the experience is like, I mean, once you get it set, yeah, that's fun. But with this thing, I mean, there's some setup involved, but like for right now, I'm not setting anything. I'm just going through and like spinning wheels, dude. Just like, what does that sound like? Whoa! Then going in like, whoa, that's crazy. Eventually, I need to take some notes. Let's see what's that. Yeah. Eventually, I'll take some notes and like I'll have to set a page up. Like I'll pick. I think the way they send it to you is all the scenes are set the exact same, and then you can go in and like start custom. You can actually go through and rename them. That's a little tedious because like it's clicky wheel, so like you go to the first letter and like you pick uppercase or lowercase, and then you scroll through the alphabet and select a letter and go to the next one. So it's a little tedious, that part. But I think you can like hook these up to computers and shit if you want to. Like, oh, whatever, I'm not gonna do all that shit. But yeah, no, that pedal is fucking bad, dude. It is bad as hell. And like, truth be told, they make 3 versions of it. They make an M5, which is like their kind of homeowner grade, which gives you like one LCD with the 5 knobby things, and like maybe it's like 1 bank, I think is what you get on the 5. It might have the looper and like the 1 bank of buttons. They have an M9 that has a little bit more buttons, so I think you can have like 3 maybe cores up, but it also only has 1 interface, and then the M13's got all of them. But like the M9, dude, that thing is bread and butter. Like still today, they use that shit. Like dudes that are professional recording studio players use that still today. Like that is like that line 6, the M9 and the M13. I think for the most part that is the peak that they ever got, anybody with modeling on fucking effects. Like no one's ever done a better job. And that's not me spouting shit because I own the thing. It's just a fact. Like that pedal came out in like 2011, so it's like over a decade old, and still today people are using that pedal. Like they still fucking use that shit today. Like there's a few of the effects that thing does that are just fucking, it's unreal. And the reason a lot of guys are using it is because the effects they want to use that are the good ones on there are like, that's the M9 is what they're using because it's small. You can carry it with you. It's portable. You can also bring your favorite other pedals. Like a lot of people will do it. They'll stick that M9 in there, and then they'll have their other ones right there with it in their pedal board. It's all there, dude. It's all there. I think it's crazy. I got a pretty good deal on it too. And what's nuts is like when I bought it, like like I haven't made a video on that thing because I don't know how to fucking make a video. Like this is what it sounds like. Here's 100 fucking sounds, like whatever. The guy demoed it for me, and like we're looking at the thing, and like the screens are kind of fucked up. Like the LCDs, like you could read them, but like in the middle it was kind of weird looking. Like you had like a bloom going on. I'm kind of like, whatever, dude. Like as long as I can read the fucking shit, I don't give a fuck. Like I'm getting this thing at a fucking bargain basement price. We're clicking through, and like one of the clicky wheels doesn't really work, and I was like, oh god. Like, all right, well that bank's gonna be the like. When you spun it, it works. So I was like, well, that could be, like, we'll just say it was the distortion. Well, that one just happens to be stuck on distortion. I got 3 others. I'm okay. You know, like, it's going to be fine. That's my distortion row. I'll just do distortion in that one. I can live with it. And the guy was like, oh, fuck. That's kind of why I got the price lower. And, like, it had some missing knobs. It was obvious. Oh, you're missing some knobs. I'm like, yeah, type of deal. Well, I get home. The bank that had the broken that wouldn't work, it was because the knob was damaged, and it was... the potentiometer had gone up higher into the knob than the knob would allow it to click. So when I pulled the knob off, it clicked perfect. So I was like, it just needs a better knob. It needs a non-damaged knob. And then like the screen thing, I was kind of bummed about that. I was like, dude, I don't know, the screens, they just look like 10-year-old fucking LCDs. They just get fucking weird, you know? And then like I'm doing the research that I do and looking through shit, figuring stuff out. And then I realized there's a setting in the sub menu for contrast on the fucking screens. And I go in there, I start fucking with it. Dude, it was just contrast. I don't even think the dude knew because he was playing it that way. Like when we were sitting there looking at it, the screen looked all fucked up. Like it looked all fucking, it was like a bloom in the middle. Like in the middle of each one of them, it just looked like, what it looked like is someone had pressed on the fucking screen and kind of like, you know how when you press on LCD screens, they kind of get weird, like, oh god, you're fucking with me. That's what it looked like. And it was like, this guy gigged with it. Like, it was filthy, kind of gross. Like, I had to scrub that fucker down with, like, rubbing alcohol because, like, dude had been playing bars and, like, never cleaned the fucking thing, and he got a new pedal and didn't give a fuck about this one. So like, that fixed. I got new knobs. That fixed. The thing is like, other than the fact that he left it grody, and the grodiness was on the chrome parts, and the chrome parts fucking started to oxidize because he left the sweat or piss or whatever the fuck was on it. Like, that's the only thing that's really wrong with it, and like, that's just like, whatever, dude. Like, shit's 10 years old. Shit gets fucked up, you know. Like, I just got some little bit of fucked up shit. Doesn't bother me a bit. You know, people say the switches go bad on them. I can buy brand new switches for that fucking thing for not much, and it's like it's 4 pieces of solder. You just heat them up, pull the switch, put a new one on. Super easy fix. That's kind of the weak point of those pedals is the switches, I guess, because people are like, all the switches will wear out. Especially like there's one in the corner they call it the tap tempo, which allows you to tap on it and adjust shit. I haven't quite figured that out yet, how that works. But that one gets worn out. And even the guy said, oh, that one's kind of getting bad, but it's the tuner button. But when I press the tuner button, the tuner comes up, and it's a super good tuner, too. It's like way more accurate than my other tuners, which is kind of blowing my mind a little bit. I didn't realize tuners got better. Like, I just thought a tuner was a tuner, but this thing, like, I can tune my guitar with my tuners and then put it on the fucking M13 and tune it. It's like, whoa, you got a little more room there to fucking get that perfect, dude. It's like, whoa, that's crazy. So, whatever. All right, well, wait. A metronome, I'm trying to think how that works. The RP50 has like a drum machine, I know that. I don't know if it does the clickety clacks. So the general idea behind this pedal, it only does effects. It doesn't do amp modeling. It doesn't do any of that shit, because when they designed it. Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. They designed this pedal to be used by a person who already owns the amp that they want to play on. So there's no modeling of amps. Like, they were like, this is not for a dude that, like, they didn't design the pedal for a person that's like, I want a pedal that can do everything for me. No, these M series pedals are only effects pedals. So it's like, if you want anything else, they assume that you've purchased that and that's what you want. Like, you want Marshall stack sound, they assume you've got your Marshall stack right fucking there. And this is your pedal board that's going into the shit you already own. So it probably doesn't have a little tick, 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 tick thing, because they either assumed that you already got your ticker in your head, or you got something else going on to figure all that out, because that was one of the bitches that people had. It's like, oh, it doesn't have all these things, these features that other things have. And the response was, this isn't that level of gear. Like, this isn't an all-in-one that solves all your problems. This is a effects pedal board. That's all it is. And it's a pro level. Like, it's made of metal. It's not cheap. The fucking thing was expensive when it was new. I mean, you could gig it in your house if you want to, but like, that wasn't the plan. Whereas like that RP55 or whatever I got, that thing, you pick drums, you got drums in the background. It's got all that. It's got modeling for different amps, all that shit, because it's like a little consumer grade, little plasticky, it's just for a dude at home to have some fucking fun with some sounds. So it's kind of interesting. I mean, the M9 would have been sweet. If that's what the dude would have had, I would have bought an M9. I mean, the fact that I got the M13 is just like mind-boggling. Like, I don't know. It just kind of weirds me out that it was like, maybe I got lucky. I don't know. But like, yeah, the fucking thing's sweet, dude. Like, Noise-a-palooza, like all the noises. You make all the noises with that fucking thing, dude. Like, this, like, the reverb choices is like, there's so much reverb, like, and you can hear the difference in all of them. It's like, well, here's a reverb makes it sound like you're in a room. Here's a reverb, it sounds like you're in a hall. Here's a reverb makes it sound like you're in a fucking chapel. Here's a reverb, it's just like, whoa. And then all of them, you can like, oh man, yeah. And then you can put 3 or 4. Yeah, that's fun. I think it's fun as hell. But I think I own a metronome also. I got an old from piano lessons. That's something that, like, I'm watching the songs that I've written. I got to get that sorted out in my head, because I can tell I got to get my fucking timing down a little better, because like, it shifts. But whatever, I ain't perfect. I think I've gone too long. Yeah, 94 minutes. This stream's over. I'm done. All right, thanks for tuning in. If you caught it live, awesome. Thanks for tuning in. If you didn't catch it live and watch the re-upload, that's cool too. But if you catch it live, you get to laugh and ask questions in old Elveshelves and do his best to fucking answer them. So, if you get drunk, stay off the trains. And don't beat the mascots up, dude. That ain't right. Peace. Stay safe. Where's the button? There it is.